Aloha kako, I'm Chef Gooch and you're watching another episode of KTA Kitchens. Today we'll be doing chicken and taro flautas. But just as a side note, if we don't have taro, you can go ahead and you can use any starch substitution. You could use mashed potato. In this case today, we're gonna use red beans. So let's go check it out and see what our ingredients are. So what we got here is we got our 2 pounds of red kidney beans, our 2 pounds of boneless skinless chicken, our 3 tablespoons of grapeseed or canola oil, our 1 small onion, our 6 to 8 cloves of garlic, 1 bunch of cilantro, a piece of jalapeno, and we've got our powders over here. We have a tablespoon of chili powder and a 1/4 teaspoon each, cayenne, cumin, and coriander, as well as our 1 tablespoon of salt. We have our 2 cups of chicken stock, our 1 cup of shredded jack cheese, and our 6 to 8 pieces of flour tortillas. Finally, I like to garnish with some thinly sliced iceberg lettuce, some red salsa, and sour cream. Okay, so remember, when you're building a recipe is just a guideline. It's not something that you need to follow verbatim, step by step, word for word. What we did was, if we don't have taro, we're using our red kidney beans today. We put it in a pot with the chicken stock, the spices, the salt. We kind of got it simmering. It's been going for about an hour and a half now. So it's starting to take on the consistency of like refried beans. So at this point, we want to taste it. We tell our cooks all the time, taste your food. Taste. Tastes good. So now we can go ahead and we can add our cheese. The cheese right here is going to give us some body, some mouthfeel, texture. I'm going to let it go. It's starting to melt right now, kind of becoming a little more homogeneous. We'll just put it off to the side. Once we got this going, let's go ahead and let's make our marinade. All right, so now let's make our marinade. So what we've got in here, we've got our cilantro stems, our onion, our garlic, our spices, and our jalapeno. Those are all basic things to a marinade. But one thing that a lot of people miss is fat. You need fat to go in a marinade because it helps to disperse the flavors. The herbs, spices, they all have natural oils in them. Oil likes oil. So you put it all together, you mix it up, and it makes everything come out real yummy. Okay, so once you got it pureed like this, don't forget to taste it. Make sure it's yummy. Nice. So the jalapeno brings heat. You have salt. You have a little bit of sweet coming in from some of the chilies, the natural chilies, natural sugars in your vegetables. The cilantro brings a little bit of earthiness. Any type of marinade, once again, it's about balance, right? If you had a teriyaki sauce, you got your ginger, you got your chili pepper, garlic, shoyu. All of that helps to build something round, a round flavor, like a full flavor. Same thing with this. We're looking for a heat, sour, salty, spicy, kind of make sure it all kind of comes together like this. So once we taste it, we like it, we go ahead, we can marinate our chicken. Back in my smoothie making days. Mix it up. And we can let this thing hang out for about 6 hours to overnight. Here's a trick. You guys get party coming on and you need to do this quickly. Go ahead and take your marinated chicken, put it in a Ziploc bag or any other zip top, squeeze out all the air and lay it flat in your refrigerator. What that does is that makes sure that your chicken comes into complete contact with all the marinade. It gets the job done quicker with less mess. We marinated the chicken overnight and we're ready to go. You can cook it any way you want. If you guys going 4 miles, you're gonna throw on a barbecue, you can do that. You can throw it on a cast iron pan, you can put it in the oven, you can do whatever you want. In this case, what we did here was we grilled our chicken and then we sliced it up. Now comes the time of assembling our flautas. We have our flour tortillas. We have our seasoned red beans. So what we can do right now is we can take a little bit, smear it on the bottom. Smear it on the bottom. Just like that. Now I don't recommend deep frying at the beach, but I do recommend making these ahead. So once you got that down, go ahead and you can take your chicken. And just a little bit. Just like other things that are rolled and stuffed, you don't want to put too much. Okay, so this part is easy. You take your ends in. Oh, first you notice I didn't stuff it in the middle. I stuffed it towards the bottom third, and what that does is that allows it to roll up all the way. Take in your ends, fold it over like so, and tuck and roll. Once you have it like this, like a burrito, go ahead and pin it with toothpicks. And this is a tribute to Ruben. Ruben, I have no idea how you guys have made flautas all these years without pukas in them. This is the way I figured it out. Toothpicks. So right now we can go ahead and you can fry our flautas. There's a couple ways to check. Ideally, you're gonna get a nice heavy pot. You're gonna add enough oil for about 3 to 4 inches. You're gonna fry at 350 degrees. So, how do you know it's 350 degrees? Well, you can use a candy thermometer. Got one of these cool babies. Yep, 355. Or, you can do the tortilla trick. You can take a little piece of tortilla and you can throw it in. And what you're gonna look for is you're gonna look for these nice bubbles. It's not supposed to be too big, not supposed to sink to the bottom either. If it sits on the top and floats and kind of bubbles away, it's perfect. Just like that. Okay, so what we can do right now is we can go ahead and very carefully, this oil is smoking hot, it will hurt you. Drop them in, holding it down just a little bit. It's going to take about 3 to 4 minutes until it's golden brown. All right, so we're just about there. You can tell it's some nice color, nice and crunchy. About another 10 seconds. That's about it. Now remember, when you're doing this at home, granted you may have a family of 10 ready to eat, but you don't want to overcrowd your pan, okay? So you can either add another pot to the stove and cook a couple more, or you can do what I like to do and just tell people, wait, good food takes time. Drain it well. This part is up to you, but me, I like to season everything. So even after I take it out, I like to add a little more salt, just to the outside. Especially when it's hot. Salt adheres to the tortilla better. Okay? Time to eat. So we got our flautas out, seasoned. We're gonna let it rest for a couple minutes. Cut them. There you go. Hot, cheesy, crunchy. I don't know what's not to like about that. Go ahead. As we always say, it's very important to taste. I gotta be honest, nothing is better with a flauta than a cold beer. Hot. More good. Okay, that was yummy. Flautas and beer. Match made in heaven. So, once again, this is Chef Gooch. I'd like to mahalo you for spending time with us here at KTA Kitchens, and we'll see you real soon.